What if a 2,000-year-old philosophy held the key to conquering stress, finding peace and starting your life anew? That's the power of Stoicism, and it's exactly what we're unpacking today. Welcome to Daily Stoic Habits, your go-to channel for timeless wisdom that transforms how you live, think, and thrive in the modern world. In this must-watch video, A Fresh Start for a Fresh Life, 25 Stoic Principles to Remember, we're diving deep into the ancient Greek philosophy of Stoicism, a practical guide that's as relevant now as it was in the days of togas and torches. Picture a life where you face challenges with rock-solid resilience, stay calm in the face of chaos, and live every day with purpose. Sound like a dream? It's not. It's Stoicism in action, and we're here to show you how. Born in the bustling streets of ancient Greece, Stoicism was crafted by thinkers like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Musonius to help people navigate life's ups and downs with clarity and strength. These aren't just dusty old ideas. They're a blueprint for tackling the pressures of today's fast-paced world. Whether you're juggling a demanding job, wrestling with uncertainty, or just craving a fresh start, this philosophy offers tools to keep you grounded and focused. In this video, we're breaking down 25 Stoic principles that will change how you handle adversity, build relationships, and find serenity. Each principle is like a spark, igniting a new way to approach life's challenges. From mastering the art of listening to turning failures into stepping stones, these ideas will empower you to take control of your mindset and live with intention. But that's not all. Stoicism doesn't just tell you what to do, it also warns you what to avoid. We'll reveal 7 behaviors that can sabotage your personal growth, like dwelling on guilt or chasing fleeting pleasures. These are the traps that keep you stuck, and we'll show you how to steer clear. Curious yet? This video is tailor-made for Americans ready to hit the reset button, those of you who want to rise above stress, find clarity, and build a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Whether you're in New York's hustle or a quiet Midwest town, these principles speak to anyone hungry for change. Why do they resonate so deeply? Because Stoicism isn't about escaping life's storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain, staying steady no matter what comes your way. At Daily Stoic Habits, we're passionate about bringing you practical wisdom to live better every day. If you're new here, subscribe to Daily Stoic Habits and hit the notification bell so you never miss a dose of inspiration. Our community is all about growing together, sharing insights, and applying ancient lessons to modern challenges. This video is your invitation to join us on a journey of self-discovery, where you'll learn not just to survive but to thrive. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity. It's not about grand gestures but small, deliberate choices that add up to a life of meaning. Can you think of a time when you felt overwhelmed, unsure of the next step? Stoicism offers a way to pause, reflect, and move forward with confidence. We're not here to lecture. We're here to inspire. Each of the 25 principles you'll discover is a tool to reshape how you see the world and yourself. And don't worry, we've kept it real, relatable, and packed with actionable steps you can start using today. From the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire while staying true to his values, to Epictetus, who found freedom in a life of simplicity, these philosophers show us that true strength comes from within. Ready to take the first step? Let's kick things off with the Stoic principle that can revolutionize how you connect with others. The art of listening over speaking. It's a simple shift with profound impact, and it's waiting for you. Let's dive in and start this journey together. Laridar Principle 1. Listen more than you speak in. A world buzzing with opinions where everyone's shouting to be heard. What if the real power lies in staying silent? Welcome to the first Stoic principle, championed by Epictetus. Prioritize listening over speaking. This isn't about biting your tongue, it's about unlocking a revolutionary way to connect, learn, and grow. In the rush of modern American life, think crowded coffee shops, heated boardrooms, or family dinners, listening is a rare skill. Yet it's the key to building stronger relationships and gaining wisdom that fuels a fresh start for a fresh life. 25 Stoic Principles to Remember. Why does listening matter so much? When you truly hear someone, you're not just catching words, you're absorbing their perspective, emotions, and experiences. It's like opening a window to a new world. In the US, where debates dominate airwaves and social media, pausing to listen can set you apart. It shows respect, fosters trust, and deepens bonds. Ever notice how people light up when they feel understood? That's the magic of active listening. It's not passive, it's an active presence, requiring focus and patience. By quieting your own voice, you create space for others to share, and in turn, you learn things you'd never discover otherwise. Applying this principle is straightforward, but transformative. Next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to jump in with your thoughts. Instead, lock eyes, nod, and let the other person's words sink in. Ask a follow-up question to show you're engaged. At work, listen to a colleague's pitch before pitching your own. At home, hear your partner's day before sharing yours. This practice builds bridges, whether in a Chicago office or a Texas living room. It also sharpens your self-awareness, helping you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The Stoics knew that words spoken in haste often lead to regret, but listening paves the way for clarity. The benefits? They're profound. Listening cultivates humility, a cornerstone of personal growth. It strengthens your connections, making you a better friend, leader, or parent. In a nation as diverse as America, it's a tool for unity, helping you understand perspectives from coast to coast. Plus, it's a gateway to learning. Every conversation becomes a chance to grow wiser. As you embrace this principle, you'll find it's not just about others, it's about crafting a calmer, more intentional you. Ready to start? Step into your next conversation with ears open and watch the difference it makes. Principle 2. See failure as a chance to grow. Failure stings. A missed promotion, a broken relationship, a dream that didn't pan out. Nobody likes falling short. But what if those setbacks were the secret to becoming your best self? The second Stoic principle, rooted in Epictetus's wisdom, flips the script. Don't view failure as a dead end, but as a teacher. This idea is a cornerstone of a fresh start for a fresh life. 25 Stoic principles to remember, especially for Americans chasing big dreams in a culture that often fears mistakes. In the US, failure can feel like a scarlet letter. We celebrate winners, Silicon Valley moguls, sports legends, but rarely applaud those who stumble. Yet Stoicism reminds us that every misstep is a lesson in disguise. Think of a time you bombed a presentation or lost a client. Painful, sure, but didn't it teach you something? Maybe you learned to prepare better or communicate clearly. That's the Stoic mindset. Failures aren't the end. They're stepping stones to greatness. This perspective shifts how you face challenges, turning dread into curiosity. What can this teach me? How can I grow? To apply this, start by reframing your setbacks. Next time you mess up, say, a project flops at your Denver startup or a recipe fails at your Atlanta cookout. Pause. Instead of beating yourself up, ask, what went wrong, and what can I do differently? Write down one lesson, no matter how small. This habit builds resilience, a trait Americans admire in heroes from Abraham Lincoln to modern entrepreneurs. It also fosters courage. When you see failure as a teacher, you're less afraid to take risks, whether launching a side hustle in Miami or trying a new hobby in Seattle. The Stoics urge you to approach mistakes with openness, not judgment, because that's where growth happens. The payoff is life-changing. Embracing failure fuels adaptability, helping you navigate the unpredictable waves of life. It builds confidence. You know you can bounce back. In a competitive culture, this mindset gives you an edge, turning setbacks into fuel for success. You'll tackle challenges with grit, knowing each stumble makes you stronger. For anyone seeking a fresh start, this principle is a game changer. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about using it to sculpt a wiser, bolder you. So, next time you fall, stand up, learn, and keep moving forward. Barter Principle 3. Prepare for the worst. Life is unpredictable. A sudden job loss, a health scare, or a family crisis can hit like a bolt from the blue. So why not arm yourself for the storm? The third Stoic principle, inspired by Epictetus, is about preparing for the worst, not out of fear, but to build unshakable confidence. This isn't pessimism. It's a practical strategy to thrive in uncertainty, making it a vital part of a fresh start for a fresh life. 25 Stoic Principles to remember for Americans navigating a fast-moving world. In the U.S., where optimism often reigns, preparing for the worst might sound gloomy. But think about it. Athletes train for tough opponents. Businesses plan for downturns. Why not apply that to your life? The Stoics teach that by mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, you strip them of their power. Picture losing your job in a bustling city like Los Angeles. Scary, right? Now visualize your response, updating your resume, networking, cutting expenses. Suddenly, the fear loosens its grip. This practice, called premeditatio malorum, builds a mental fortress, letting you face the future with calm. How do you start? Set aside a few minutes daily to reflect on potential challenges. Maybe it's a tough conversation with a boss in Boston or a financial hiccup in Phoenix. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? Then plan your response. Have a savings buffer? A backup plan? This isn't about dwelling on doom, but empowering yourself to handle anything. In daily life, it means staying flexible, keeping your car gassed up for unexpected trips, or practicing deep breathing for stressful moments. The Stoics knew that anticipating adversity makes you anti-fragile, ready to bend but not break. The rewards are immense. Preparing for the worst sharpens your resilience, a trait Americans value in leaders and innovators. It reduces anxiety, letting you live more fully in the present. You'll savor good times with gratitude, knowing they're not guaranteed. In a culture that loves control, this principle frees you from the illusion of it, focusing instead on what you can manage, your mindset. Whether you're in a Chicago winter or a Florida hurricane, you'll stand steady. This Stoic tool equips you for life's curveballs, ensuring your fresh start is built on solid ground. Let's move to the next principle to keep that foundation strong. Principle 4. Beware the trap of wealth, money, fame, a shiny new car. America loves its success stories. But what if chasing wealth blinds you to what truly matters? The fourth Stoic principle, drawn from Seneca's insights, warns of the dangers of fortune. It's not that money is evil. It's that letting it define your happiness can lead you astray. This lesson is crucial for a fresh start for a fresh life. 25 Stoic principles to remember, especially in a culture where more often feels like the goal. In the U.S., the pursuit of wealth is practically a national pastime. From Wall Street to Hollywood, we're sold the idea that a bigger bank account equals a better life. But Seneca begs to differ. He saw how riches can distort values, pulling you away from relationships, growth, and purpose. Ever met someone with everything? Fancy house, designer clothes, but no joy? That's the trap. Wealth promises happiness, but often delivers stress, envy, or emptiness. The Stoics urge you to chase meaning instead, using money as a tool, not a god. Applying. This is about resetting priorities. Next time you're tempted by a flashy purchase, say the latest gadget in a San Francisco tech store, pause. Ask, will this truly make me happier? Instead of splurging, invest in experiences. A weekend with friends in Nashville, a course to grow your skills in Austin. Practice gratitude for what you have, a cozy home, a supportive family. At work, focus on impact over income. Mentor a colleague or innovate on a project. These choices align with Stoic values, keeping you grounded in what lasts, character and connection. The benefits are liberating. Detaching from wealth's grip fosters contentment, letting you find joy in the simple things. A sunset walk in Portland, a laugh with loved ones in Miami. It builds integrity as you prioritize values over status. In a materialistic world, this principle sets you free to live authentically, unswayed by society's scoreboard. For Americans seeking a fresh start, it's a reminder that true riches lie in who you are, not what you own. Ready to explore the next principle? Let's keep building that meaningful life. Principle 5. Don't pin all hopes on one dream. Chasing a single dream, landing that corner office in Manhattan, writing a bestseller in Portland, can feel like the key to happiness. But what happens when it crumbles? The fifth Stoic principle, inspired by Epictetus, urges you to diversify your goals to stay resilient in a world that's always shifting. This isn't about giving up ambition, it's about building a safety net for your heart and mind, a vital step for anyone seeking personal growth in America's fast-paced culture. In the US, we're often told to go all in on one big goal. Think of the entrepreneur betting everything on a startup or the artist staking their identity on fame. The Stoics warn this is risky. If that one dream fails, you're left lost, like a ship without a sail. Instead, spread your hopes across multiple pursuits. Love your tech job in Austin? Great, but also nurture hobbies like hiking or volunteering. Passionate about music in Nashville? Awesome, but explore teaching or mentorship too. This approach keeps you flexible, ensuring one setback doesn't define you. Why limit your joy to a single path when life offers so many? Start by listing 3 things that spark excitement, maybe a career goal, a creative project, and a personal passion. Dedicate time to each, even if it's just an hour a week. When challenges hit, like a rejected proposal in Chicago, lean on your other pursuits to stay grounded. This habit mirrors a financial portfolio. Diversification reduces risk. In daily life, it means saying yes to new experiences, joining a book club in Seattle, learning a skill in Miami. The Stoics knew that a rich life comes from varied sources of meaning, not a single obsession. The rewards are transformative. You'll build resilience, bouncing back faster from disappointments. Your confidence grows, knowing you have multiple paths to joy. In a culture that celebrates specialists, this principle makes you a versatile, adaptable force ready for life's curveballs. For Americans craving a fresh start, it's a reminder to weave a tapestry of dreams, not a single thread. Ready to expand your horizons? Let's explore the next principle to deepen that foundation. Principle 6. True wealth is contentment ever. Chased a raise or a shiny new car, only to feel empty afterward. The sixth Stoic principle, drawn from Epictetus, redefines wealth. It's not about money or stuff, but about being content with what you have. In a nation driven by consumerism, this idea is a radical wake-up call, perfect for Americans seeking a meaningful reset. Walk through any American mall, Times Square shops, suburban Walmarts, and you'll see the lure of more. Ads promise happiness with every purchase, but the Stoics disagree. True wealth lies in gratitude, not bank accounts. Picture a quiet morning in Denver, sipping coffee, thankful for your health, friends, or a job you love. That's richer than any yacht. Epictetus taught that contentment comes from within, unshaken by external ups and downs. Why let a neighbor's new Tesla steal your peace when you can find joy in what's already yours? To apply this, practice gratitude daily. Each night, jot down 3 things you're thankful for: a kind coworker in Boston, a warm meal in Atlanta, a sunset run in San Diego. Shift your focus from what's missing to what's present. At work, value your impact over your paycheck. With family, cherish time together over gifts. This doesn't mean rejecting ambition. It means grounding your happiness in the now, not the next big thing. In a culture of comparison, gratitude is your shield keeping envy at bay. The benefits are profound. Contentment brings inner peace, reducing stress in a high-pressure world. It strengthens relationships as gratitude fosters kindness and connection. You'll live lighter, less tethered to material wants, free to pursue what truly matters. For a fresh start, this principle is gold. It teaches you to find abundance in simplicity. Want to unlock that serenity? The next principle will show you how to value every moment. Principle 7. Reflect on life's brevity. Life is short, blink and years slip by. The seventh Stoic principle, rooted in Seneca's wisdom, asks you to face this truth head-on. Our time is finite, so make every moment count. In America's hustle, rushing through traffic in LA, grinding in NYC, This reminder is a powerful pause, urging you to live with purpose. We often chase fleeting things, likes on Instagram, overtime pay, while neglecting what lasts: love, growth, impact. Seneca saw this trap and urged focus on what enriches your soul. Think of a packed day in Chicago: emails, errands, Netflix. Now picture swapping an hour of scrolling for a call with a friend or a walk in a park. Which feels richer? This principle isn't about fear, it's about clarity. Knowing life is brief pushes you to prioritize what matters: relationships, passions, leaving a mark. Start by reflecting each morning. If today were my last, what would I do differently? Maybe you'd forgive a grudge in Houston, pursue a dream in Seattle, or volunteer in Miami. Act on one small choice daily. Write a thank you note, try a new skill. At night, review your day. Did I live intentionally? This practice sharpens focus, cutting through distractions. In a culture obsessed with busy, it's a rebellion to choose depth over frenzy, quality over quantity. The payoff is immense. You'll live with urgency, savoring moments others overlook: a child's laugh, a quiet coffee. Relationships deepen as you invest in people, not things. Your life gains meaning, aligned with values that outlast you. For Americans seeking a fresh start, this principle is a compass, guiding you to a life well lived. Ready to make time count? Let's move to the next principle for more freedom. Principle 8. Detach from material things. Ever felt trapped by your possessions? A cluttered apartment, a car payment, a closet full of unworn clothes? The 8th Stoic Principle, inspired by Marcus Aurelius, calls for detachment from material things. This isn't about living like a monk. It's about finding freedom by loosening the grip of stuff, a game changer for Americans chasing a lighter, truer life. In the US, we're surrounded by temptation. Black Friday sales in Dallas, luxury brands in Vegas. It's easy to tie your worth to what you own. But Marcus Aurelius, an emperor with endless wealth, knew better. True happiness comes from within, not from things. Possessions can weigh you down, sparking stress or envy. Ever spent a weekend organizing a garage in Phoenix wishing for less clutter? Detachment means valuing your peace over your stuff, focusing on what lasts: growth, love, purpose. To apply, this starts small. Declutter one space, a drawer, a desk, and notice how it feels. Donate items you don't need. In Atlanta, a local charity could benefit. When shopping, ask, do I need this, or am I chasing a feeling? Shift spending to experiences: a concert in Nashville, a hike in Colorado. At work, seek fulfillment in impact, not bonuses. Practice mindfulness. Pause to appreciate non-material joys like a friend's laugh or a quiet moment. This rewires your priorities, aligning with Stoic freedom. The benefits are liberating. Detachment reduces anxiety, freeing mental space for creativity and connection. You'll live authentically, unswayed by trends or status. In a consumer-driven culture, this principle empowers you to define success on your terms, building a life of meaning. For a fresh start, it's a bold step toward true wealth. Let's keep going with the next principle to strengthen that freedom. Principle 9. Accept what you can't change. Life throws curveballs. Traffic jams in LA, a canceled flight in Chicago, a friend's choice you can't sway. Fighting what's beyond your control only breeds frustration. The 9th Stoic principle, rooted in Epictetus's wisdom, urges you to accept what you can't change and focus on what you can. This isn't about giving up. It's about finding peace in reality, a cornerstone for Americans seeking a fresh start in a world that feels chaotic. In the US, we're wired to control everything: schedules, careers, even the weather app. But some things, like a boss's decision in Boston or a market crash in New York, are out of your hands. Epictetus taught that true freedom lies in choosing your response, not wrestling with the uncontrollable. Picture a rainy day ruining your Miami Beach plans. You could fume, or you could pivot, grab a coffee, read a book, connect with a friend. That shift is power. It's not passivity, it's clarity. letting you channel energy into what matters, your actions, mindset, and values. Start by identifying what's in your control. Next time you're stressed, say a delayed project in Seattle, pause. Ask, can I change this, or only how I react? If it's the latter, let go. Practice deep breathing to stay calm, then focus on what you can do, like revising your approach or communicating better. In daily life, apply this to small annoyances. A rude driver in Dallas, a long line in Phoenix. Smile, shrug, and move on. This habit builds mental agility, freeing you from pointless battles. The Stoics knew that acceptance isn't weakness, it's strength, redirecting your focus to where it counts. The benefits are game-changing. Acceptance slashes stress, giving you peace in a high-pressure culture. It sharpens your focus, letting you tackle challenges with precision. Relationships improve as you stop trying to control others, fostering empathy in diverse American communities. For a fresh start, this principle is your anchor, keeping you steady amid life's storms. Ready to take charge of what you can? Let's explore the next principle to master your emotions. Principle 10. Master your emotions. Ever snapped at a coworker in Atlanta or spiraled into worry during a sleepless night in Denver? Emotions can hijack your peace if you let them. The 10th Stoic principle, inspired by Seneca, teaches you to master your emotions, not be their victim. This isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about guiding them wisely, a vital skill for Americans craving clarity in a hectic world. In the U.S., we're often at the mercy of our moods. Road rage in Houston, anxiety over deadlines in San Francisco. Seneca argued you're not helpless. You can choose how to respond to anger, fear, or sadness. Think of a tense moment like a heated argument at a family dinner in Chicago. Instead of lashing out, what if you paused, breathed, and spoke calmly? That's Stoic mastery, feeling the emotion but acting with intention. It's like steering a ship through a storm. Acknowledge the waves but don't let them sink you. To apply this, practice self-awareness. When emotions surge, say frustration during a work call in Boston, notice them without judgment. Take slow, deep breaths to calm your body. Seneca loved this trick to quiet the nervous system. Then choose your response. A thoughtful reply over a sharp retort. Daily mindfulness helps. Spend 5 minutes meditating in Seattle or journaling in Miami to track your triggers. In tough moments, ask, will reacting this way serve me? This builds a gap between feeling and action, giving you control. The Stoics saw emotions as guests, not masters. The rewards are profound. Mastering emotions brings mental clarity, letting you navigate challenges with poise. It boosts relationships, as calm responses foster trust. In a culture that glorifies hustle, this principle offers serenity, helping you thrive under pressure. For a fresh start, it's a tool to stay centered, no matter what life throws. Want to keep that balance? The next principle will show you how. Principle 11. Live with moderation and balance. Binge watching shows in LA, overworking in NYC, indulging at a Vegas buffet. Extremes can feel thrilling, but leave you drained. The 11th Stoic principle, drawn from Epictetus, champions moderation and balance in all things. This isn't about dulling life's joys. It's about finding harmony, a game changer for Americans seeking sustainable happiness. In the U.S., we swing between all or nothing, crash diets, 80-hour work weeks, or splurging sprees. Epictetus saw this as a recipe for discontent. Moderation means enjoying life's pleasures, food, work, leisure, without letting them rule you. Picture a barbecue in Austin. Savor the ribs, but stop before you're stuffed. At work in Seattle, grind hard, but leave time for a hike. Balance isn't restriction, it's freedom to live fully without burnout or regret. Why chase fleeting highs when steady joy lasts longer? Start by setting boundaries. Love coffee? Limit yourself to 2 cups daily, not 5. Workaholic in Chicago? Cap your hours to protect family time. Track your habits. Use a journal in Miami to spot where you overdo it. When tempted to overindulge, pause and ask, is this worth the cost to my peace? Practice small, consistent choices. A balanced meal in Phoenix, a rest day after a gym streak in Denver. The Stoics valued temperance as self-discipline, ensuring you're the driver, not the passenger of your desires. The benefits are life-altering. Moderation boosts health, cutting the stress of excess. It sharpens focus, as balanced energy fuels productivity. In a culture of extremes, this principle sets you apart, crafting a life of calm and purpose. For a fresh start, it's your guide to sustainable joy. Ready to live authentically? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 12. Be authentic and honest. Ever felt pressure to fake a smile at a job in Dallas, or hide your true thoughts to fit in at a San Francisco party? The 12th Stoic principle, inspired by Seneca, calls you to be authentic and honest, living by your values no matter what. In a world of filters and facades, this is a bold step for Americans seeking a life of integrity. Authenticity means aligning your actions with your core beliefs, not bending to please others or chase status. Seneca saw this as the path to inner peace. In the US, where social media amplifies pretense, being real is rare and powerful. Think of a moment you spoke your truth, like declining a project in Boston that didn't feel right. Didn't it feel liberating? Honesty builds trust, whether with a friend in Miami or a colleague in Chicago. It's not about being blunt, it's about being true to who you are. Apply this by clarifying your values. Write down what matters most: family, creativity, justice. In daily life, act on them. Say no to a gig in LA that clashes with your ethics. Share your real thoughts in a Nashville book club, kindly but firmly. At work, admit a mistake in Seattle instead of covering it up. This builds self-respect and invites genuine connections. The Stoics knew that living authentically means owning your choices even when it's hard. The rewards are deep. Authenticity fosters peace, as you're no longer split between who you are and who you pretend to be. It strengthens relationships, drawing people who value the real you. In a culture craving connection, this principle shines, offering a life of meaning. For a fresh start, it's your foundation for trust and joy. Let's keep going with the next principle to amplify that authenticity. Principle 13. Cultivate self-control and emotional independence. Ever felt your mood tank because of a snarky comment at a New York coffee shop or a coworker's attitude in Seattle? The 13th Stoic principle, rooted in Epictetus's teachings, calls you to cultivate self-control and emotional independence. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about owning your inner peace, a vital skill for Americans navigating a world full of opinions and drama. In the US, we're bombarded with triggers: social media rants, office gossip, even family feuds at a Texas barbecue. It's easy to let others' actions dictate your emotions, leaving you drained. Epictetus taught that while you can't control what people say or do, you can control how you respond. Picture a rude driver cutting you off in LA. Instead of honking in rage, take a deep breath and let it go. That's self-control. Staying calm when chaos swirls. Emotional independence means your happiness doesn't hinge on others' approval or behavior. Why let a stranger's bad day steal your joy? Start by practicing mindfulness. When you feel triggered, say, during a tense meeting in Chicago, pause. Notice your emotions without acting on them. Count to 10, breathe slowly, and ask, is this worth my peace? In daily life, set boundaries. Limit time with negative people in Miami, or mute toxic threads online. Reflect nightly on moments you stayed steady. Journal about a time you didn't take criticism personally in Boston. This builds a mental shield, letting you respond with clarity, not impulse. The Stoics saw self-control as freedom, untethering you from external storms. The benefits are empowering. Self-control sharpens decision-making, boosting confidence in high-stakes settings like Wall Street or Silicon Valley. Emotional independence brings serenity, freeing you from the roller coaster of others' moods. In a culture that thrives on reaction, this principle makes you a rock, steady, reliable, and free. For a fresh start, it's your key to inner strength. Ready to simplify your life? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 14, embrace simplicity, life in America. Can feel like a whirlwind. Endless notifications in San Francisco, packed schedules in Dallas, clutter piling up in Atlanta. The 14th Stoic Principle, inspired by Seneca, urges you to embrace simplicity. This isn't just about decluttering your closet. It's about stripping away the unnecessary to focus on what truly matters. A bold move for a fresh, meaningful. We're surrounded by excess. Ads pushing new gadgets, social media flaunting perfect lives, work demanding 24/7 hustle. Seneca saw this as a distraction from joy. Simplicity means choosing quality over quantity, fewer things, deeper connections, clearer priorities. Picture a quiet Saturday in Denver, free from screens, spent hiking with friends. Doesn't that feel richer than a weekend chasing sales in NYC? The Stoics taught that less noise, mental, physical, emotional, creates space for peace and purpose. To apply this, start small. Clear one cluttered space, a desk in Chicago, a shelf in Phoenix, and savor the calm. Limit media. Try a 24-hour phone detox in Seattle to reconnect with yourself. Schedule downtime, a walk in Miami, a coffee with no agenda. When making choices, buying clothes in Nashville, taking on projects in Boston, ask, does this add value to my life? Prioritize experiences over stuff, a cooking class over a new appliance. This aligns with Stoic wisdom, focusing on relationships, growth, and gratitude over fleeting distractions. The rewards are profound. Simplicity reduces stress, clearing mental fog in a hyper-connected world. It deepens joy as you savor small moments. A sunset in San Diego, a laugh with family. It's also sustainable, cutting your footprint in a consumer-driven culture. For a fresh start, this principle is your reset button, aligning life with what lasts. Want to strengthen that focus? The next principle will show you how. Principle 15. Build emotional resilience. Life's challenges, a job loss in Houston, a health scare in Portland, can shake even the strongest. The 15th Stoic Principle, drawn from Marcus Aurelius, teaches you to build emotional resilience, keeping your inner calm no matter what storms hit. This isn't about ignoring pain, it's about rising above it, a must-have for Americans seeking stability in uncertain times. In the U.S., we face constant pressures, deadlines in Chicago, politics on TV, personal struggles in Miami. It's tempting to let these rattle you, but Marcus Aurelius urged steadfastness. Resilience means bouncing back from setbacks while staying grounded. Think of a tough day at work in Seattle. A client snaps, deadlines loom. Instead of spiraling, you breathe, refocus, and move forward. That's resilience, not ignoring the stress but refusing to let it define you. Ever notice how some people stay cool under fire? That's the Stoic way, and you can learn it. Start by practicing self-care. Daily meditation, 10 minutes in Boston, helps you observe emotions without being swept away. When negativity hits, like a rude comment in Dallas, recognize it's often about them, not you. Journal about challenges. How did you handle a crisis in Atlanta? What worked? Build habits like exercise or gratitude lists to anchor you. In tough moments, ask, can I grow from this? This mindset turns obstacles into lessons, strengthening your core. The Stoics saw resilience as a skill, honed through practice, not a gift. The benefits are life-changing. Resilience cuts anxiety, letting you thrive in America's high-stakes culture. It makes you a steady presence for others, friends in NYC, family in Phoenix, spreading calm. For a fresh start, it's your shield, ensuring you bend but don't break. Ready to value what truly lasts? Let's explore the next principle. Principle 16. Cherish true friendship. In a world of likes and followers, real connection feels rare. The 16th Stoic Principle, inspired by Seneca, reminds you to cherish true friendship, relationships that outweigh any material wealth. For Americans chasing success in bustling cities like LA or quiet towns like Boise, this principle is a call to prioritize the people who make life rich. In the US, we're often dazzled by status. Big houses in Dallas, fancy titles in San Francisco. But Seneca knew true wealth lies in friends who stand by you, share your joys, and lift you up. Think of a friend who listened during a tough time in Chicago or celebrated your win in Nashville. That's worth more than gold. True friends accept, you flaws and all, offering support no one else can. Why chase fleeting fame when real bonds bring lasting joy? To apply this, invest in relationships. Reach out weekly. Call a friend in Miami, meet for coffee in Seattle. Be present. Listen fully without checking your phone. Show up when it counts, like helping a buddy move in Boston or cheering at their event in Denver. Build trust by being reliable and kind, giving as much as you receive. In a busy culture, carve out time for connection over ambition. The Stoics valued friendship as a cornerstone of happiness, a network that holds you through life's storms. The rewards are deep. Strong friendships boost mental health, easing stress in a high-pressure world. They spark joy, making every moment richer. In a disconnected age, this principle rebuilds community, grounding your fresh start in love and trust. Want to keep that connection strong? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 17. Focus on what you can control. Ever spent a sleepless night in Chicago worrying about a coworker's decision or a news headline? It's draining, right? The 17th Stoic principle, rooted in Epictetus's wisdom, urges you to focus on what you can control and accept what you can't. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about channeling your energy where it counts, a game changer for Americans seeking peace in a world of endless distractions. In the US, we're wired to fret over politics, careers, even strangers' social media posts. But Epictetus taught that your power lies in three things: your thoughts, words, and actions. Picture a delayed flight in Seattle, out of your hands. Instead of stewing, you read, call a friend, or plan your next step. That's Stoic focus. You can't control the plane, but you can control your mindset. This shift frees you from pointless stress, letting you tackle life with clarity. Why waste energy on what's beyond your reach? Start by sorting your worries daily. When it's a missed deadline in Boston, ask, can I control this? If yes, let it go with a deep breath. If no, act on what you can. Revise your schedule. Communicate better. In daily life, apply this to small frustrations. Traffic in LA, a rude cashier in Miami. Use mindfulness. 5 minutes of meditation in Denver to center your thoughts. Journal nightly. What did I handle well today? This habit sharpens focus, aligning with Stoic wisdom. Master your circle of control. The benefits are huge. This focus cuts anxiety, letting you thrive in America's high-stakes culture. It boosts productivity, as energy flows to what matters. Relationships improve. You stop nagging others' choices in Nashville, fostering respect. For a fresh start, this principle anchors you, giving calm amid chaos. Ready to let go of the rest? Let's explore the next principle. Principle 18. Find opportunity in adversity. Life can feel like a boxing match. Job rejections in NYC, family drama in Atlanta, unexpected bills. What if those punches were chances to shine? The 18th Stoic principle, inspired by Seneca, urges you to see adversity as opportunity, not misfortune. This mindset fuels resilience, perfect for Americans chasing a fresh start in a culture that celebrates comeback stories. In the US, setbacks are often taboo. We idolize success but shy away from struggle. Seneca saw adversity as a teacher. Think of a failed pitch in Chicago. It hurts, but it teaches you to refine your approach. Or a breakup in Miami. It's raw, but it reveals what you value. This shift turns pain into purpose. Ever notice how the toughest moments shape you most? That's Stoic wisdom, seeing challenges as stepping stones. Apply this by reframing setbacks. When a project flops in Seattle, ask, what can I learn? Write one lesson: better prep, clearer communication. Share stories with friends in Denver. Their triumphs inspire you. In daily life, face small hurdles. a flat tire in Phoenix with curiosity. How can I grow? Practice gratitude for lessons learned. The Stoics knew adversity builds character, making you anti-fragile. The rewards are transformative. This mindset sparks courage, letting you take risks in Silicon Valley or Nashville. It builds resilience, helping you bounce back faster. In a competitive world, it's an edge, turning obstacles into fuel. For a fresh start, this principle is your spark, igniting growth through struggle. Want to keep growing? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 19. Embrace acceptance. Ever fought a reality you couldn't change? A layoff in Houston? A loved one's choice in Boston? It's exhausting. The 19th Stoic principle, drawn from Epictetus, calls you to embrace acceptance of what you can't control. This isn't surrender, it's wisdom, freeing you for Americans seeking serenity in a turbulent world. In the US, we're taught to make it happen, control outcomes, defy odds. But some things, global events, others' actions, are immovable. Epictetus taught peace comes from accepting reality. Picture a storm canceling your Denver hike. You could rage or pivot, read, cook, connect. Acceptance doesn't mean liking it, it means working with it. Why drain your soul fighting the inevitable? Start by spotting what's unchangeable. When stress hits a rude boss in LA, ask, can I control this? If not, let go with a deep breath. Practice mindfulness. Meditate 5 minutes in Miami to observe thoughts without clinging. Journal. Nightly in Seattle. What did I accept today? In daily life, smile at small annoyances, a long line in Chicago. This builds mental flexibility, aligning with Stoic calm. The benefits are profound. Acceptance slashes stress, giving peace in a high-pressure culture. It fosters empathy as you respect others' paths in Nashville. You live in the moment, savoring joy in Phoenix. For a fresh start, this principle is your compass, guiding you through life's storms. Ready to live in harmony? Let's explore the next principle. Principle 20. Live in harmony with nature. Life's rush. Deadlines in San Francisco, traffic in Dallas, can disconnect you from yourself. The 20th Stoic principle, inspired by Marcus Aurelius, urges you to live in harmony with nature, your own and the world's. This isn't just tree hugging, it's aligning with your essence, a vital step for Americans seeking a grounded, fresh start. In the US, we chase external markers, promotions, like ignoring our inner compass. Marcus Aurelius taught that harmony starts with self-knowledge. Know your strengths, fears, values. Picture a quiet morning in Denver, reflecting, what drives me? This clarity guides choices, from jobs in Boston to hobbies in Miami. Harmony also means respecting the world, recycling in Seattle, supporting local farms in Nashville. Why fight your nature when aligning with it brings peace? Apply this by journaling weekly. What feels true to me? In Chicago, set boundaries, say no to draining tasks. Embrace change like seasons. A job shift in LA is a chance to grow. In daily life, walk in nature, a park in Phoenix to reconnect. Choose sustainable habits like reusable bags in San Diego. The Stoics saw harmony as balance, syncing you with life's flow. The benefits are deep. Harmony brings authenticity, easing stress in a chaotic culture. It fosters purpose as choices reflect your core. It connects you to others, building community in Atlanta. For a fresh start, this principle roots you in truth. Want to live virtuously? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 21. Virtue is enough. Chasing money in Wall Street or fame in LA feels like the American dream. But what if true happiness lies elsewhere? The 21st Stoic principle, rooted in Seneca, declares that virtue is enough for a fulfilling life. This isn't about preaching. It's about living wisely, courageously, and justly, perfect for Americans seeking meaning. In the US, we equate success with stuff, cars, titles. Seneca saw virtue, wisdom, courage, temperance, justice as the real treasure. Wisdom means knowing what matters. Courage is standing up in Chicago even if unpopular. Temperance avoids excess at a Vegas party. Justice treats others fairly in Miami. Picture a day guided by these. You're honest at work in Boston. Kind to a stranger in Seattle. Doesn't that feel richer than a bonus? Apply this by defining your virtues. Write them down. Honesty, patience, fairness. In daily life, act on them. Admit a mistake in Denver, help a neighbor in Nashville. Reflect nightly. Did I live my values? Choose challenges that test virtue like volunteering in Phoenix. The Stoics' new virtue brings lasting joy, not fleeting pleasures. The benefits are immense. Virtue fosters peace as actions align with your soul. It inspires others, spreading good in Atlanta. In a materialistic world, it's a rebellion, crafting a life of depth. For a fresh start, this principle is your North Star. Ready for inner peace? Let's explore the next principle. Principle 22. Seek ataraxia, inner tranquility, ever. Felt tossed by life's waves, stress in NYC, worry in San Diego. The 22nd Stoic principle drawn from Epictetus urges you to seek ataraxia, deep inner tranquility. This isn't emotional numbness, it's unshakable calm, a must for Americans craving peace in a chaotic world. In the US, we're hooked on highs, promotions, parties, ignoring steady calm. Epictetus taught ataraxia comes from mastering reactions. Picture a rude client in Chicago. Instead of snapping, you breathe, respond calmly. That's ataraxia. Feeling emotions but not letting them rule. It's like a still lake, reflecting, life without rippling. Why let chaos steal your serenity? Start with mindfulness. Meditate 10 minutes in Miami to watch thoughts pass. When anger flares in LA, pause, count to 10. Practice gratitude. List 3 joys daily in Boston. A. Friends smile, a good meal. Embrace virtues, wisdom in decisions, courage in Seattle conflicts. Reflect nightly. Did I stay calm? The Stoics saw ataraxia as freedom, grounding you in any storm. The benefits are life-altering. Ataraxia cuts stress, boosting health in a high-pressure culture. It sharpens focus, enhancing work in Denver. You become a calm anchor for others in Nashville. For a fresh start, this principle is your sanctuary. Want to reflect deeply? Let's dive into the next principle. Principle 23. Practice daily reflection. Ever rushed through a day in Dallas, barely noticing your choices? The 23rd Stoic principle, inspired by Marcus Aurelius, calls for daily reflection. This isn't navel-gazing, it's a disciplined look at your actions, a powerful tool for Americans seeking a purposeful life. In the US, we're always on, work in. Chicago screens in Miami, rarely pausing to think. Marcus Aurelius reflected nightly, asking, did I live well? Picture a quiet evening in Seattle reviewing your day. Were you kind at work? Honest with a friend in Boston? This clarity sharpens self-awareness, revealing patterns to improve. Ever. Wonder why you keep snapping in stress? Reflection shows you. Apply this with a nightly ritual. Spend 10 minutes in Denver journaling. What went well? What could be better? Set a goal for tomorrow. Patience in LA traffic, focus in NYC meetings. Be honest but kind, don't judge, learn. In daily life, pause after big moments, a tough talk in Phoenix to assess. Did I align with my values? The Stoics saw reflection as growth's engine. The benefits are profound. Reflection boosts discipline, aligning actions with goals. It builds resilience as you learn from mistakes in Nashville. In a distracted culture, it's a superpower, crafting a life of intention. For a fresh start, this principle is your mirror. Ready to face challenges boldly? Let's explore the next principle. Principle 24. View adversity as a test of virtue. Setbacks. A failed project in San Francisco, a health issue in Houston, can feel like curses. What if they're tests of your strength? The 24th Stoic principle, drawn from Seneca, urges you to view adversity as a chance to show virtue. This mindset fuels growth. perfect for Americans seeking a resilient fresh start. In the US, we dodge pain, chasing comfort. Seneca saw adversity as a gym for your soul. A lost client in Chicago, it tests patience, persistence. A family rift in Miami, it calls for courage, empathy. This shift makes challenges exciting. How can I shine? Ever notice how tough times reveal your grit? That's Stoic wisdom, turning trials into triumphs. Apply this by welcoming obstacles. When a deal flops in Boston, ask, what virtues can I practice? Honesty, effort. Write one action. Refine your pitch. In daily life, face small hurdles. Delayed flight in Denver. With resolve, I'll stay calm. Share stories with friends in Nashville. Their resilience inspires. The Stoics knew adversity hones character, making you stronger. The benefits are huge. This mindset builds courage, letting you tackle risks in Seattle. It fosters wisdom as trials teach in Atlanta. In a comfort-driven culture, it's a bold edge, crafting a life of depth. For a fresh start, this principle is your forge. Ready to live fully now? Let's wrap up with the final principle. Stoic Principle 25. Live in the present moment. Ever missed a sunset in San Diego, lost in worry about tomorrow? The 25th Stoic Principle, inspired by Musonius, urges you to live in the present moment. This isn't about ignoring the future. It's about embracing the now, a perfect capstone for Americans seeking a vibrant fresh start. In the US, we're future-obsessed, planning in NYC, regretting in LA. Musonius taught that the present is all you truly own. Picture a coffee with a friend in Chicago. Focus on their laugh, not your to-do list. This presence brings joy, clarity. Why let fears steal today's beauty? The Stoics saw now as your canvas where life's painted. Apply this with mindfulness. Meditate 5 minutes in Miami, feeling your breath. In conversations in Boston, listen fully, phone down. Savor small joys, a meal in Denver, a walk in Phoenix. Ask daily, I here now? Plan for tomorrow but don't live there. The Stoics valued presence as peace's source. The benefits are deep. Living present cuts anxiety, grounding you in a hectic culture. It boosts joy, making moments richer in Nashville. You're more effective, focused in Seattle tasks. 4. A fresh start. This principle is your heartbeat fueling a life well lived. Now let's talk about 7 behaviors to avoid to keep this wisdom alive. 7 behaviors to avoid for a Stoic life. You've learned 25 Stoic principles to spark a fresh start, but principles alone aren't enough if bad habits hold you back. The Stoics, like Epictetus and Seneca, warned of 7 behaviors that sabotage your peace and progress. Let's dive into these traps, common in America's fast-paced culture, and learn how to sidestep them to live with clarity and purpose. Ready to clear the path for your best self? Here's what to avoid. 1. Dwelling on guilt. Ever replayed a mistake, like a harsh word in a Chicago meeting, until it consumed you? Guilt can paralyze, keeping you stuck in the past. The Stoics saw this as a waste of energy. Instead of self-blame, take responsibility. Apologize, learn, move on. In Miami, if you snapped at a friend, own it, make amends, and let go. Journal nightly to process errors without wallowing. Linked to Principle 10, master emotions. This frees you to grow. Avoiding guilt builds resilience, letting you focus on today's actions, not yesterday's regrets. 2. Chasing fleeting pleasures. Binge watching in LA, splurging in NYC. Chasing quick highs feels good but leaves you empty. Seneca warned that fleeting pleasures derail lasting joy. In a culture pushing instant gratification, this trap is everywhere. Choose moderation. Principle 11. Enjoy a Dallas barbecue but stop it satisfied. Shift to meaningful pursuits. Volunteering in Seattle, learning in Boston. Pause before indulging. Will this last? Avoiding this habit aligns with Principle 6, contentment, fostering deep fulfillment over shallow thrills, grounding your fresh start in what endures. 3. Complaining endlessly. grumbling about traffic. In Houston or a rude boss in San Francisco, complaining traps you in negativity, draining energy. Marcus Aurelius urged focus on solutions, not problems. Next time you're tempted to vent in Atlanta, pivot. How can I fix this? Practice gratitude. Principle 6. List 3 positives daily. A kind coworker, a sunny day. Tied to Principle 17. Control what you can. This shift boosts positivity. Avoiding complaints enhances mental health, making you a beacon of calm in America's stress-filled culture. 4. Speaking without purpose. Ever blurted something in a Denver meeting you later regretted? The Stoics, like Epictetus, valued purposeful speech. Principle 1. Listen more. In a world of oversharing, social media rants, office chatter, careless words spark conflict. Pause before speaking in Miami. Is this kind, true, necessary? Practice silence in tense moments, like a family dinner in Chicago. This aligns with Principle 13, self-control, building trust and respect. Avoiding idle talk sharpens communication, making your words powerful and your presence magnetic. 5. Disparaging yourself. I'm terrible at this, you mutter after a failed pitch in Boston. Self-criticism erodes confidence, a trap Marcus Aurelius warned against. In America's competitive culture, negative self-talk is common but toxic. Shift to self-affirmation. Principle 13. Acknowledge strengths, like your effort in Seattle. Journal positives nightly. What did I do well? This ties to Principle 10, master emotions, fostering resilience. Avoiding self-disparagement builds a strong mindset, empowering you to tackle challenges with grit and grace. 6. Boasting about progress, tempted to post every gym session in Nashville or work win in LA. Epictetus cautioned against trumpeting growth, as it shifts focus from authenticity. Principle 12. In a culture craving validation, boasting dilutes sincerity. Let actions speak. Help a colleague in Phoenix without fanfare. Reflect privately on progress like journaling in San Diego. Tied to Principle 23, reflection, this keeps your journey genuine. Avoiding boastfulness cultivates humility, earning quiet respect, and deepening your fresh start's impact. 7. Being ungrateful ever. Overlooked a friend's help in Dallas or a sunny day in Denver, chasing what's missing. Ingratitude blinds you to life's gifts, a habit Seneca despised. In America's more culture, this breeds discontent. Practice gratitude. Principle 6. Thank someone daily. A co-worker in Chicago, a barista in Seattle. List 3 blessings. Nightly. Health, love, opportunity. Link to Principle 14, simplicity. This shift fosters joy. Avoiding ingratitude builds connection and contentment, lighting your path to a meaningful life. These 7 behaviors, guilt, chasing pleasures, complaining, careless speech, self-criticism, boasting, ingratitude, are roadblocks to your stoic journey. By dodging them, you align with the 25 principles, paving the way for resilience and peace. In a nation of hustle, these choices set you apart, crafting a life of purpose. Want to tie it all together? Let's explore how Stoicism builds strength, wisdom, and harmony next. Life in America can feel like a wild ride. Layoffs in Chicago, deadlines in San Francisco, family tensions in Miami. How do you stay steady through it all? The Stoics, like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offer a powerful answer. Cultivate resilience, self-control, and harmony. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the heart of the 25 principles we've explored, tools to build a life of purpose and peace. Let's tie them together and see how they fuel your fresh start. Resilience is your superpower against life's storms. Whether it's a failed project in Seattle or a personal loss in Boston, Stoicism teaches you to bounce back stronger. Principles. Like seeing adversity as opportunity, 18, or preparing for the worst 3, build mental toughness. Picture a boxer in a ring. Each hit makes you sharper, not weaker. In a culture that celebrates grit, resilience lets you rise above setbacks, turning pain into growth. Practice it daily. Journal a lesson from a tough moment in Denver, or breathe through stress in LA. This strength doesn't just carry you, it inspires others, from coworkers in Nashville to friends in Phoenix. Self-control is your anchor, keeping emotions from running the show. Ever snapped in a heated moment at a Dallas meeting? Principles like mastering emotions, 10, and cultivating self-control, 13, teach you to pause, reflect, and choose wisely. It's like steering a ship through choppy waters. Steady hands, clear mind. In America's high-pressure world, this skill sets you apart. Try it. Count to 10 before replying to a rude email in New York, or meditate 5 minutes in San Diego to center yourself. Self-control brings clarity, boosts confidence, and deepens trust in relationships, making you a rock for those around you. Living in harmony means aligning with your true self and the world. Principle 20 urges you to know your values and respect life's flow, like a river carving its path. In a nation chasing status, harmony is a quiet rebellion, choosing authenticity, 12, over trends, simplicity, 14, over clutter. Reflect nightly in Atlanta. Am I true to my core? Choose sustainable habits in Portland like recycling or supporting local shops. Harmony brings peace, connecting you to others and the earth, crafting a life of meaning. These pillars, resilience, self-control, harmony, weave through every Stoic principle from listening more, 1, to living in the present, 25. They're your blueprint for thriving in America's hustle, offering calm amid chaos, strength through struggle, and purpose in every step. Ready to wrap this wisdom into action? What does it mean to live a life of purpose in the heart of America's hustle? From New York's skyscrapers to Miami's beaches, the 25 Stoic principles we've explored offer a roadmap to resilience, peace, and meaning. These ancient teachings from Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius aren't just ideas, they're tools to transform how you face challenges, connect with others, and find joy in the present. Whether you're dodging stress in Chicago or chasing dreams in LA, Stoicism lights the way to a fresh start, one grounded in wisdom and strength. Think back to the principles, listening deeply in a Seattle coffee shop, turning setbacks into lessons in Boston, or embracing simplicity in Denver. Avoiding traps like guilt or endless complaints keeps your path clear. Together, they weave a life of harmony, steady through storms, true to your values. Can you feel the power in that? Start small. Pick one principle, like gratitude or self-control, and practice it this week. A single step in Nashville or San Diego can shift your entire perspective. Due to time constraints, we'll wrap up here. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it sparks even a small change, I'm truly fulfilled. Save it to your playlist to revisit anytime. Please like and share it with others. Sometimes the right message at the right moment can change a life. And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Stoic Habits and hit the notification bell to catch our next value-packed videos. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you soon.